So No Rest for the Wicked has a massive update coming in less than 24 hours, and based on what the devs are saying, it looks pretty big. It should tackle a lot of the highly requested features players have been wanting since early access launch. Let's talk about it. What is up everybody? Welcome back to Fervor Gaming, where you can stay up to date on the latest in gaming. This includes news, builds, and guides just like you see in today's video. If you like the content you see here today and want to help the channel out, drop me a like to get this video out to other gaming fans, but if it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. So yeah, No Rest for the Wicked has been out for about 2 weeks at this point, and based on some recent news, it looks like the game is getting one of the biggest, if not the biggest, updates thus far. The team is rolling out a massive patch that's going to be slated to release tomorrow. Check out this tweet from one of the co-founders. Since some of you are asking, our first big patch for Wicked Game is still cooking and we hope to release it tomorrow after additional testing. Really excited about this one since there's so many things people have been asking for, and we finally lower our official recommended CPU and GPU specs. So based on this tweet, it looks like we're going to be getting a pretty big patch, according to the co-founder, our biggest patch yet. Now some of the things I think a lot of players are expecting to see on this one is probably the respec. If I had to guess, that is like the most guaranteed one of them all. I think that's probably the easiest to get done. I'm not a developer or anything like that, but if I had to guess, it is not that difficult to implement into a game, and that's probably one of the biggest requests from pretty much every player, including myself, that could probably be implemented in this next patch update. On top of this, it did say that they're going to be lowering the recommended CPU and GPU specs. The team has been really dropping updates that really have improved a lot of the performance in the game. I think there were like 5 updates in a row that just straight up targeted performance to some degree. So hopefully with this update, this is going to be like one of the major patches that really gets our performance in a good spot. So that's really great to hear. With that said, there are a few things that are going to be confirmed and not confirmed in this patch, so let's go over them quickly. Can I get a confirmation if co-op will be included with this patch? With that, there was a response. We would like to think that we're working pretty fast, but probably not that fast. So for those of you who are looking for co-op / multiplayer, this update, even though it is poised to be the biggest, is not going to have multiplayer or co-op. I feel like it's still a little bit too early to expect to have that this early, because there are still a lot of fundamental problems that need to be fixed first. Respecking being one of them, performance being one of them, a few other things that they're probably going to touch on in this update, but yeah, we're not going to be seeing co-op, so a little unfortunate. Next, there was a question in regards to the controller remapping and just remapping in general. I saw M&K keybind remap is being worked on. I hope controller remap is also going to happen in the near future. And then we got a response saying we are planning to ship it with this patch. So I'm not exactly sure if they're talking about just purely the controller rebinding and the keyboard rebinding, or a combination of both, but it does look like we're going to be getting some controller remapping and just be able to rebind. Again, this is one of the biggest problems a lot of players want. I can kind of work with what we have because the controller feels actually pretty damn good in my opinion, but this is a nice welcome addition. Also, a user responded with saying this: I can see a huge inventory management incoming. And then once again, the developer responded with a winky face, which I'm sure that is pretty much a confirmation that we're going to be getting some inventory management updates as well, which is really, really nice. Finally, for those of you who are looking for the DLSS or FSR, we did get a response for that, and Robin the Less says this: very excited, and maybe I can even get my hopes up and hope for implementation of DLSS or FSR. Also, multiplayer please. I already have to restrain myself from creating another 10 characters with different builds, but I want some stuff left to do with my friends. Now promptly he got a response saying this: we have implemented DLSS, but we're not going to be shipping it just yet. I will probably do a more detailed post about it, but the TLDR is that we haven't seen image quality has been improved enough over our own internal rendering. We might need to do special training of the neural nets for this game. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have no clue what any of that means. I am not very into DLSS or FSR, so don't know what that means, but it looks like it's gonna be not shipped with this update, but I'm sure they'll do it sometimes in the future. They're gonna do a detailed post. The team's really good about just keeping us up to date, but overall it does look like DLSS FSR is gonna be getting some tweaks in the near future. Either way, it looks like the team over at Moon Studio is doing an amazing job in keeping us up to date and updating the game. If I do recall correctly, the team said they're gonna be updating the game for the next decade or so, so this is a really strong start, and I believe we're gonna be seeing a lot of updates very, very soon. With that in mind, while we're waiting for these updates, The video on screen now goes over my amazing build that I recently released that absolutely crushes everything in the Crucible. If you're a player who really enjoy ranged, safe, and really strong and fast builds, check it out.